We back, baby. Happy Monday morning to you. Hopefully everybody doing well. Hopefully your morning is off to a good start. Hopefully your week is off to a good start. You don't have that Monday blues because you're coming off a fantastic weekend, whether it's with your friends, family, sports, and also your sports betting. And now here we are with winning bets, and we're on the daily show. We get to talk about it, talk about our sports, talk about our sports betting, and have ourselves a good little time. Obviously, we weren't with you guys at all last week as my own family was on a vacation. So we've got to do a recap of what happened 2 weeks, just a quick recap, just to kind of, obviously for transparency standpoints, but, just kind of see what happened 2 weeks ago. Then let's also see what happened last week when we were on vacation. We were still betting. Hopefully you guys were following me on Twitter because I was tweeting out plays the entire week while we were on vacation. So feels good to be back with you guys. Feels damn good to be back with you guys. And also, it's a fantastic MLB slate. Maybe not a full slate of 15 games, but holy hell did we get some nice matchups on this Monday. So obviously look forward to talking about that live at the top of the hour on the Payoff pitch at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Payoff pitch, 11 a.m. Eastern Time, top of the hour. We'll preview today's MLB slate. So let's throw up that recap from a couple weeks ago. And this would have been, what would this be? Let me pull up the calendar. So I'll pull this up. So this would have been from the 31st of July to the 6th of August. You can see we do get to ring that cash register because we went 16-10 and plus 4.54 units. Love hearing that sound. What is better than hearing that sound to begin your day? Love that right there. And as you guys can see, we're now positive on the year at plus 2.3 units, battling, boys. I told you, strap in because these remaining 5 months of 2023, I think they're going to be one hell of an exciting, awesome ride. And I look forward to being on that journey with you guys. And as you can see right here in the tweet, with being on vacations, we don't have the normal, kind of recap of what were the good losses and what were the bad losses from last week because I was on vacation and didn't do that. So there we go. Positive 2 weeks ago. Let's see what happened last week. Oh, let's just ring that cash register again because we went 8-5. So obviously the volume was a little bit lower. I was doing less research and handicapping, enjoying my time with my family on vacation. So only put out 13 bets, but went 8-5. And how about plus 2.44 units? Love to see that right there. Obviously, that means positive on the year at plus 4.74 units. And now arbitrage year to date, if you haven't been limited by DraftKings, you're probably knocking on the door of putting $1,000 of free money in your pocket. We're up over just $800 around here because we've been limited by DraftKings, but still free money, right? We're talking about sweat-free money. You bet both sides of a wager and you guarantee yourself a profit. That's what we're talking with arbitrage betting. Love that right there. All right, let's talk about some of those good wins from last week. What about our 3-0 Friday? Love that one right there. What about the Reds on the money line taking on the Pirates? That game started off with the Reds being favored when I tweeted out that play. I think I gave it out at, what was it, like minus 112, I believe I gave it out. And at that point, I want to say the Pirates were minus 104. I don't know if you guys saw closer to first pitch, but that completely flipped. Pirates became favored at home, and the Reds became dogs? What? Andrew Abbott? Pirates can't hit left-handers? They were throwing Aviado on the mound with the Pirates, and while he may have been on a couple of good games where he had a good role, the Reds offense was doing really well versus right-handers. So, wow, we got a great price on that Reds at minus 112, and they cruised to an easy victory. I think it was 9-2. 9-2 if I recall, so that was a good cash. We also hit Astros F5 team total over 2.5 runs. They went up against the left-hander in Detmers, and they absolutely destroyed him. Actually, they're on a really good roll versus left-handers because on Saturday they went up against Tyler Anderson, and they rocked his ass at will. So the Astros are really good right now versus left-handers. I'm trying to emphasize that because they're facing the left-hander, obviously, today in Braxton Garrett. So make sure you back those Astros today. And then to finish off the sweep on Friday was a little money line parlay. Braves got through the Mets really easily. I don't even think they gave up a run. The sweat was with the Brewers, who we parlayed with the Braves. Game went to extra innings, but the Brewers pulled out 7-6 in 10 innings and give us a good 3-0 sweep on a Friday. So love to see that right there. Kicking off money-making weekend with the sweep. And then roll into the sweep over the weekend because we didn't lose a bet all weekend. How about 2-0 on Saturday, 2-0 on Sunday? That's 4-0 in the Premier League. One of those plays, but the payout was a little bit reduced, right? We did Arsenal -1 and Man City -1. You get a push on the Arsenal leg, so the payout's a little bit reduced, but still 4-0. We hit Chelsea and Liverpool under 2.5, Brentford and Tottenham over 2.5, and then our Between the Post parlay of the week, which you can get every Thursday on Between the Post. Matt and I get a leg. We put it in a parlay. He did Man City money line. They went 3 over Burnley. And I did Brighton team total over 1.5, and they cruise over Luton Town, and they get 4 goals. Really exploded there in that second half. Enjoyed watching that match. Kind of talked about how Brighton was just so damn fun and entertaining to watch last season. They're right back at it again, so really enjoyed that match. So yeah, 4-0 in the Premier League, 3-0 on Friday. Love to see that right there. Obviously, we only had 5 losses last week. You get Yankees money line, which I put that one on there because actually had, I can't remember who it was. I think it was Bad Boy. Actually hit me up on Twitter. It was like, we're really gonna back the Yankees here, because if you guys watch the Payoff pitch, you know that I bag on the Yankees, but I kind of do it in like a fun, like maybe like entertaining kind of way. But that being said, the Yankees are absolutely god awful. But that was a good spot with them. Up against the White Sox, Garrett Cole on the mound. It just didn't quite come through for us. So we lose the Yankees on the money line. And then Tuesday really set us back, down 3 units as we go 0-3. But we battled back, right? You're looking at, on Monday, we went 1-2. So you're looking at going into Wednesday, you've only had 6 bets, and you've only won 1 of them. You're 1-5, and to battle all the way back and win 7 bets in a row. 7 bets in a row to close out plus 2.44 units on the week. So love to see that right there. Let's keep it rolling, boys. As you can also see on the tweet there, we did pretty good last week of making arbitrage money, but then on Sunday we also flipped it. So that's how we got $24.18 to roll into this week. We'll use some of that today because, as I've kind of mentioned, I love today's MLB slate. So let's certainly get in some free rolls there. We're on a good 2-week run. We'll look to keep it rolling and look to keep it rolling with you guys. So hit that like button if you've been part of that 2-week run. Let me know what some of those good cashes have been in your mind. Hit that like button and let me know. All right, let's jump on into that comment section, see what you guys are feeling on this great Monday morning. Do you guys already have a bet in for Manchester United taking on Wolves today? You can see I'm wearing the away kit. I told you guys I was going to buy this away kit. That's exactly what I did. This thing looks clean, baby. The green, got the red, the white, the stripes. Ooh, they won't be wearing this, of course, today as the game's at Old Trafford, so they'll be wearing their traditional red kit. But when they go on the road, yeah, I like this kit right here. All right, let's go ahead and jump in that comment section. See what you guys are talking about. What's up, Brian? What's up, Brian? How was your weekend, man? Hopefully it's going well, man. You enjoy the pool? Did you get down there and relax? Did you get you a tan? Kick back, put the feet in the water? Yeah, I like it too, Brian. I've got, you guys, and you guys are going to probably laugh and whatever, but on the way is Manchester City away kit. I told you I made like 7,000. Well, the exact number was 74. I made $7,400 off Man City last year on those 2 futures. I've shared the bet slips. You guys have seen them by now. But yeah, damn right, I bought a Manchester City kit. I know I'm a United fan, but you make me over $7,000, yeah, I'll go buy your kit. I think City's away kit is the best one of their 3, so I got that one coming in the mail. So I look forward to wearing that. You know we're going to place a lot of bets on Man City. I don't want to say it's free money by any stretch, but damn close to free money. So yeah, next time we get in the bet on City, kick back, watch it on TikTok Live. I'll throw on that kit. Have ourselves a good time. So, did you get any of these shirts, Brian? Did you get anything for this upcoming season? Let me know, man. What's up, everybody up to? Monday morning, baby. Let's go. We back, baby. We are back. Let's throw up the bets for today. I've given out all these on Twitter, and obviously Manchester United Wolves I gave out 2 weeks ago, or maybe 1 week. Let's talk about the Manchester United versus Wolves bet here for a second. The current price is about minus. Actually, let me pull up a price because I think the current price is about minus 130. Let's get a live look at what Man United Wolves, both teams have scored. No, we talked about the hit rate on between the posts, so I'm not going to hit you with stats trying to justify the pick. I mean, that's what Matt and I do on between the posts. We talk all 10 games. We talk about them in depth. Granted, there wasn't a lot of analysis on this past week's episode because it's week 1 in the Premier League and not a lot of stats, obviously, to go off of. But we talked about historically why we like this bet. We've talked about the current squads of these 2 teams and why we like it. So, again, I'll spare you of the justification. Yeah, it's at minus 128 on FanDuel. Minus 128. We got it at minus 110. That's an absolutely fantastic bet. If you don't want to play minus 128, obviously when I put this bet in, it was with the thought process that the Wolves aren't going to score. You can get at minus 106 Wolves team total under 0.5, so Wolves not to score, Man United clean sheet, whatever you want to call it, basically at even money at minus 106 over at FanDuel. So maybe that's a good pivot if you don't want to pay the minus 128 on both teams to score, no. So I love that bet right there. And then the 3 baseball ones, JP Sears under 5.5 Ks. We'll do Glasnow over 17.5 outs. And I just told you, the Astros are smoking hot versus left-handers. We took advantage of it on Friday. I personally played it on Saturday, but I didn't give out any MLB bets because I didn't properly do the research. Probably could have gave that bet out because we cashed Friday night versus a left-hander, so obviously the stats would have only improved. But I didn't properly do the research, so I didn't tweet that play out. But they remain hot versus left-handers, crushing Tyler Anderson on Saturday. And today they get Braxton Garrett there, the Marlins. Expect them to absolutely destroy this kid. So give me over 2.5 runs in the first 5 at plus 130. We back, baby. Let's go. Let's go, boys. Fired up for today. Again, a really stinking good MLB slate. A fantastic opportunity to turn the tide, right? Mondays have sucked. Ain't no denying it, right? If you want to bet stats and you want to bet trends, hell, take JP Sears over 5.5 Ks. Take Tyler Glasnow under 17.5 outs. Take that Astros F5 team total under 2.5 runs and take both teams to score, yes. I don't advise doing that for whatever reason. Mondays have not worked, but I put in the same amount of work, and I love all 4 of these bets, and I'm expecting to go 4-0 today. Let's get it, boys. Let's get it. Let's get it. Nebraska, we back. What's up, buddy? Hope you enjoyed the break with the family. Thank you for that nice comment. It was a nice break for sure. You know, just going to the beach every day, you know, putting the feet in the sand. The lake was colder and shit. Got in the water, but not as much as maybe I anticipated leading up to the trip. But it was a good time, man. Thank you for that. I appreciate those Twitter winners in the meantime. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Nebraska. We're staying hot, baby. I'm staying hot. Staying hot. I don't see any reason to cool off. I don't see any reason to cool off. No, sir. So there we go. All right. That's it, boys. Anything else? Oh, I didn't turn on my light today. No wonder I don't look good. I mean, probably other reasons why I don't look good, but the lack of light is also not helping. There we go. Put a little light on your face. What's up, boys? What do we got? Hey, if you want to watch United Wolves today, I'm going to watch it on TikTok. So come on over to my TikTok at, was that 2 p.m. Central Time? 2 p.m. Central Time. We'll watch Man United Wolves. I'll also then, you know, kind of talk more about the MLB slate, maybe give out a lot more leans on there. You guys always fire the questions aplenty on TikTok Live. So whatever questions you have, we can answer them as well. So, all right. Love it. Love the start to soccer. Yeah, can't get much better than 4-0. Would have liked to have that one play be a full payout, but Arsenal had to give up the late goal there. But that's why you do -1 sometimes and not -1.5. So therefore you get a push and you can still, you know, put some money in your pocket. Obviously, Nebraska, you and everybody knows I love soccer. I love it. Doesn't guarantee success, but I think yesterday or this past week it was obviously a good indication that it's certainly one of my stronger sports. So see what we got today. You got any soccer picks this week outside of the one today? I've not gotten through this week, so we can I don't even know. Let's see. I'm not aware of matches this week, but that's personally just because, you know, I was more focused on baseball today. So it's Champions League qualifications on Tuesday. I probably won't bet that crap because it's not Champions League. It's Champions League qualification. There's nothing on Wednesday. There's Europa League qualification on Thursday. If I don't bet Champions League qualification, I'm sure as hell not betting Europa League qualification. And then Premier League starts Friday. So probably no soccer until Friday. Like if we bet Nottingham versus Sheffield, which we know from last season, you want to back Nottingham Forest at home. So maybe well, I don't know the lines, but maybe a Forest team total over 1.5 would probably be looking pretty good. Or also see Bayern, they play on Friday against Werder Bremen. So maybe like a Forest and a Bayern parlay of some kind. So I would say Nebraska, no soccer until Friday at the earliest. I'm just not interested in Champions League or Europa League qualifications. So and no need to force it. We've got baseball. Obviously, we can put in a few bets a day on baseball and easily get us to where there'll be a little bit more volume on the weekend. We've been doing well, obviously doing 3 picks a day. That's kind of what the turnaround has been, the 2 weeks. And we're just going to stick to, obviously we got 4 picks today. I'm comfortable going more than 3, but just 3 within one sport. So I like it. You come on over to TikTok, dog. I think it's the best social media app out there. come on over for a lot of reasons. I think if you download that app, I think you'll thoroughly enjoy it, and you'll spend way too much goddamn time on it, likely like I do. So, all right, guys, let's just throw up the slate. Let's let you guys hang for a couple minutes, and then we'll do payoff pitch live at 11 a.m. Eastern time. Payoff pitch live at 11 a.m. Eastern time. Previewing a great slate in the MLB. I'm only going to give out those 3 picks that are on the screen, but I've got a few more leans. You guys know we've got some arbitrage money, which means free rolls. So I take these leans serious. There are some great plays today in the MLB. Find out what they are at 11 a.m. Eastern time. Feels good to be back, fellas. Let's keep it rolling, boys. What's going on, everybody? Welcome on into today's episode here of the Payoff Pitch, live every single day at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, live every single day at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, powered by Bet Openly. If you don't know about Bet Openly yet, you win more and lose less over there. Hop on over to Bet Openly and check them out. It feels good being back with you guys, obviously coming off a week-long vacation in which we didn't have any Payoff Pitch, but we're back. Ready to go. A few more weeks left in this MLB season, and obviously a few more weeks before we get the NFL back. So got to put our head down, got to keep on trucking along, and got to keep cranking out some winners. That's what we're trying to do around here. As you can see, there is a slight little change today, as there is no Hockey Squirrel. And actually, that's going to be a change going forward. Squirrel has moved on to something else. He's still going to be within the sports betting industry, but if you're a member of hockeysquirrel.com, you know he's completely already by now shut down his services. He's no longer providing picks or content, so that's why he's not going to be on this one anymore. If you're curious as to what he's doing, he's still available. He's probably not active on social media anymore because he's not giving out picks and not giving out content, but you can hit him up. I'm sure he'll tell you what he's doing. It's not really all my place to talk about his personal situation, but yeah, I just talked to him last night. Certainly no fallout between Squirrel and myself. He's just kind of shifted what he's doing within this space. So Payoff Pitch will look a little bit different going forward. There will be no longer the Hockey Squirrel. It'll just be myself. So unfortunately, that probably means, for being honest, not as good of a show, right? Because you don't get two people's opinions. You don't get that back and forth. You're going to lose some of the comedy, so to speak, that we had around here. But that is what it is. We're going to keep doing the Payoff Pitch, though. I'm not going to leave you guys hanging. We'll do the same thing we did last year in terms of we took it up until the start of the NFL. Because once the NFL comes and you've got baseball, you've got the NFL, and then you've got the various soccer leagues, most notably the Premier League, it just gets to be too much on my end. So like when we stopped at Labor Day then, we'll stop Labor Day this year. So whatever that Friday is prior to Labor Day, that'll be the last episode of the 2023 MLB season right here on the Payoff Pitch. But we'll just get back at it. I'm happy for Squirrel, but obviously upset for the Payoff Pitch because I thoroughly enjoyed talking each MLB slate with him. So that is what it is. We move on by that. But hey, there's a great MLB slate. You've been following me for any length of time. You notice here in the recent, we've kind of shifted towards really just putting out 3 MLB plays a day, and I do my handicapping, and then I rank them, and that's how I determine which 3 I think are the best, and then obviously which 3 I want to share with you guys and encourage that you guys put your money on. I did that today, but I'm saying the list of the 3 bets, like if you were going to pick a day in which you were going to maybe put out more than 3 bets, this is a good MLB slate. So I got some good volume for you guys if you personally want more than 3 bets today. So, all right, with that being said, let's just jump on into it. Let's kick it off with around the bases. I'm going to go ahead and take a couple games and break those suckers on down for you. Might as well just start with one of the hottest teams in the MLB right now, and that's the Houston Astros. They're going to take on the Miami Marlins today. I'm going to look to back the Astros today versus left-handed hitters. We've backed this kind of recently. Friday against Reed Detmers. We didn't play it Saturday against Tyler Anderson, but they smoked him as well, cashing their F5 team total. That's what I'm going to go ahead and do today is the Astros F5 team total over 2.5 runs at plus 130. Again, really, really hot versus left-handers. They're hitting 306. They're slugging 577 with an OPS of 975 with the weighted runs created of 171. Like, that's one of the biggest numbers we've seen this season. I think we got the Braves a couple weeks ago and the Cubs when they were really crushing right-handers at 178, and they're just below them at 171. So loving that right there. They've got a really high walk rate right now at 12.5%, decent strikeout rate at 25%. And then if you look at Braxton Garrett, he's allowed 5 of his last 7 opponents to score over 2.5 runs through the first 5 innings, just catching the Astros at a wrong time, right? This is why we love MLB, handicapping it in a short cycle, because you catch these teams when they're ebbing and flowing. Well, we got a lot of flow right now with this Astros versus left-handers. If you want to look at this entire game, because the Marlins are going up against the left-hander and Framber Valdez, they're struggling. They're only hitting 223 right now. Astros with the better bullpen. This is certainly get on the Astros, back the Astros. You want to do a money line parlay. You want to do, although I think the money line was like minus 140, so maybe you could play that alone. But I would ditch the run line or ditch the money line and do the run line. Like, that's how many advantages you get. You get massive hitting advantages, a really good bullpen advantage. Framber Valdez has struggled on the road. So maybe while the Marlins are struggling versus left-handers, maybe you can also hit an over in this game of over 7.5 runs because Valdez has struggling. But to me, you don't get the perfect matchup in terms of betting, right? We like to get it when they both match up, poor pitching, versus good hitting. It's the complete opposite. You're going to project maybe not the greatest pitching, but you're also not going to get the good hitting to maybe take advantage of maybe poor pitching. Let's focus on what is really good, which is that Astros hitting left-handers, and they're taking on Braxton Garrett. Again, he struggled. 5 of his last 7 opponents has gone over 2.5 runs. So give me the Astros in the early game. Back them however the hell you desire. Braxton Garrett under 16.5 outs also looks really good. I'm just going to do the bet that has worked for us Friday. It worked again Saturday. We're getting it at good plus money at plus 130. It's over 2.5 runs scored in the first 5 innings for the Houston Astros. So sign me up for that one. Another team I expect to fully be successful earlier on, and there's been 2 teams we've really loved lately versus right-handers. It's been the Cubs, and it's been the Braves. The Braves are getting Clark Schmidt today. You want to do under 15.5 outs? I can't be mad at you. I was hoping to get 16.5 or maybe 17.5 outs because unless he gets destroyed, he'll likely go out for that 6th inning. Then I was scared maybe he picks up, 1 out, and you're holding under 15.5, and he goes 5.1. So the 15.5, especially at minus 150, like I'm not paying minus 150 for under 15.5 out. But if you want to back the Braves on an F5 team total, it's minus 145. That's why it's not on my card because it's really juicy at minus 145. But they're the number 1 team right now versus right-handers. They hit in 307. They slugged 519 with an OPS of 892. Their weighted runs created is 136. So you can see this, like, of those numbers, like the Astros are way better, and you're getting the Astros at plus 130. Like, why would you not do the Astros over the Braves for an F5 team total? Braves have a fantastic offense, but so is this Astros offense. But getting back to this Yankees-Braves game here, Clark Schmidt should just be in for a really, really rough outing against the Atlanta Braves. This could also be another game, though, where maybe the over hits, or maybe the Yankees F5 team total over 1.5 at minus 120 is another good look. The Yankees have small plate appearances at only 43 in their last 10 days versus left-handers, but they're hitting 425, which is the number 1 batting average. And their OPS is 1.190 with the weighted runs created of 233. 233. That is obviously the highest number we've seen all year. But now you got to put into how much of that is real because we've only got 43 plate appearances. If that number shows up, this game's going to go way over the total if the Yankees are hitting left-handers at that clip today against Max Fried. Obviously, we don't know if that's a real number, but you do know the Braves are a real number because you get a lot of right-handers all the time, and they're absolutely destroying right-handers. So I'd back the Braves today in some fashion. You want to do a money line parlay because it's minus 230. You want to do Braves on the run line, cool. You want to do their F5 team total. You want to do Clark Schmidt under 15.5 outs. I can't quite get there. But Braves, number 1 team versus right-handers. Go ahead and back the Braves today. I think they'll be very, very successful today up against Clark Schmidt. And obviously, bullpen-wise, Yankees are certainly having the advantage there, although a complete meltdown by that bullpen yesterday, letting the Marlins come back. But yeah, give me the Braves early in that game. I got no problem today backing the Braves from an offensive standpoint. Over 5.5 team total, something around there. All right, let's go ahead and shut up now. Let's shut up and pitch. I'll go ahead and give you guys some pitching props now. Let's look at J.P. Sears here of the Oakland Athletics under 4.5 Ks. I tweeted it out at minus 137. I just got to look now at Caesars where I gave it out at minus 137. It's minus 155, so we appear to be on the right side. Another indicator that we appear to be on the right side is FanDuel had 5.5. They've come down to 4.5. And you can see Caesars, the fact that their juice is getting higher and higher, they're likely going to go to 4.5 Ks too. So you want to lock this bet in soon because this 5.5 number will likely be gone across the various sports books here. He's stayed under in 14 of his 23 starts, but on the road, he stayed under in 9 of his 13 starts so far this season. And the Cardinals come in right now versus left-handers swinging a really good bat. They're hitting 284, slugging 459 with a 811 OPS, and their weighted runs created is 122. Their K percentage, how about 12.3%? That's like... Guardians number. That's like better than the Guardians. It's like better than the Nationals. 12.3%. You are not striking out. Look, JP Sears, his outs prop is at 15.5. That's it. Like, give me 5 good innings. I don't think it'll be good innings because I do expect the Cardinals to hit him pretty daggone hard and chase him early. But I think max he goes 5 innings. So staying under 5.5 K is something he's done a ton. Again, 9 of 13 times on the road. Cardinals are good. I expect them to chase him and not strike out at 12.3%. So I'll take JP Sears under 5.5 Ks. I've mentioned Braxton Garrett under 16.5 outs. I think that's a fantastic play. You've got to find a way to back the Astros today versus left-hander Braxton Garrett. They're just too hot right now. Again, I went for the plus money bet, but if you want to do Braxton Garrett under 16.5 outs at minus 112, that's another good angle to get into that game. And then another one I like, and let me actually see right now if the sports books have a starter for this game, because they didn't have one officially when I did my handicapping. There was rumors. Let's see just for a second. Okay, I'm still showing on FanDuel Arizona Diamondbacks to be determined. There are some websites that are suggesting it's going to be Merrill Kelly. If you get Merrill Kelly, he's already dominated this Rockies team once this season, going 6 innings, only giving up 1 run. The Rockies are struggling right now versus right-handers. They're hitting 212 with the weighted runs created of only 51, but they're striking out 35%. We don't know what a strikeout number would be, but I'd be interested in obviously taking it over because they can't hit the ball and they're striking out a ton at over 35%. So let's see if we get Merrill Kelly, and then let's see what kind of numbers we get on Merrill Kelly. But just a nice spot for him to really dominate this Rockies team. And while I say he went against them, that was certainly true. It was all the way back in April. So hitter familiarity, while it certainly is a thing, they didn't face them in a long damn time. You add in their struggles with high strikeout rate. All right, let's get Merrill Kelly on the mound today and see if he can't come through for us. Likely, I would do over Ks. I would certainly do anything if they gave you like over 17.5 outs. I would think Merrill Kelly is going to go ahead and go 6 strong against the Rockies with how much they're struggling. So just keep an eye out on Merrill Kelly today there of the Arizona Diamondbacks. All right, 4th inning. We call it long shots. Well, I like to, I don't know who we is anymore with no squirrel. I like to give you a long shot. I will tell you, I'm looking it over again today. I generally... Not a lot of great dogs today, but if you're going to look at dogs, I think you have to talk about the Baltimore Orioles. And if you're going to talk about dogs and they're plus 118, not like drastically off of what the Padres are doing from a hitting perspective, right? Padres are hitting 245, the Baltimore Orioles are hitting 239. And then it looks at like, which of those do I trust? How much have we talked about this Padres team struggling all season long? Meanwhile, this Orioles team, we've backed them an absolute ton. So maybe while they're only a tick worse than the Padres, I would have more confidence in backing this Orioles team. This is a team that has the 2nd best record in the American League. This team is, the best record. They have the 2nd best record in all of baseball, the best record in the American League. I want a piece of this Baltimore Orioles team at plus 118. They're slugging the ball a lot better than the Padres. Padres are only slugging 375. The Baltimore Orioles are slugging 417. Weighted runs created, Orioles are at 95, and the Padres are only at 90. And we know the bullpen, if you get the ball to Bautista, is basically game over. Starter-wise, you're going to tip the advantage, certainly, to the Padres with Yu Darvish up against Grayson Rodriguez. But I'd rather back the better offense, give me the better bullpen, as long as I can get into those good arms. And I think you will be able to get in those good arms just due to the offense of the Orioles being better. Orioles at plus 118. Can't give me the best record in baseball or in the American League at plus 118 going up against a struggling Padres team. This is a Padres team that is favored just because of the name recognition. Everybody... since they brought in Machado, brought in Soto, is looking for this team to, be the contender that I think people think they are on paper. It just hasn't played out on the field over the course of the last 2 seasons. So faded them. I'll fade them again. Give me the Orioles today, plus 118 as the best dog today on the board. All right, 5th inning, keep swinging. Like to find a couple guys today that can, get you a hit, whether it's in a parlay or maybe you're on MLB Beat the Street, where you can be streaking at $5.6 million. So I'll use Jack Lamb there of the Angels, he's 6 for 11 versus Scherzer. Of those 6 hits, how about 3 of them have been home runs? 3 of them have been home runs. So, all right, look at Lamb there for the Angels. And also look at Giancarlo Stanton there of the Yankees. He's 3 for 5 versus Max Fried, and he's got a home run off of Max Fried. So those are the 2 best ones. Small MLB slate, not a lot of familiarity when you go to Swish Analytics and you look at the starting pitchers up against the hitters. Wasn't big sample sizes really with any of these guys. So I thought Lamb and Stanton, though, were probably the best of the 2. So I'll be supporting those 2 guys today. All right, 6th inning. It's a steal. I'd like to give you guys my NRFI of the day. This does assume Merrill Kelly's going to go ahead and start. I like Diamondbacks Rockies as my NRFI of the day. Diamondbacks Rockies NRFI of the day. Let's see. I'm assuming we don't have a price on that yet because we don't have a starter. Let's see. Yeah. No price. We'll see what it comes in at. Both offenses struggling. We talked about the Rockies only hitting 212. Diamondbacks aren't a hell of a lot better at 222. But I can't quite get to an under with Chris Flexen on the mound. So that's why if I'm really playing this angle, I'm just fading the Rockies with a really good, strong pitcher of Merrill Kelly. Those batting averages rank 27th and 28th in Major League Baseball. So, again, 2 struggling teams. Their weighted runs created are 51 and 79 versus right-handers. Struggling for sure. Merrill Kelly's had 20 starts. How about only giving up 5 earned run in 20 starts? Those are fantastic numbers this late in an MLB season with the whip of 1.05 and opponent's batting average of 197, and he's got 20 Ks to go along in those 20 starts. So Merrill Kelly's certainly bringing it. Chris Flexen, I wouldn't want to back him over like a long duration of the game, but first inning, he's had 3 starts, no earned runs, 4 Ks, a 1.0 whip, and a 200 opponent's batting average. Again, you're pairing that, though, with a Diamondbacks team that has struggled offensively, only hitting 222 in the last 10 days versus right-handers. That's NRFI of the day. Diamondbacks, Rockies, NRFI of the day. We'll see what price that comes in at a little bit later. All right, 7th inning. We call it come into a stretch. Like to go ahead and give you guys best bet. What's your best bet today, fellas? What the hell's your best bet if you need a win today? If you need a win, what's your best bet? What juice are you willing to pay for your best bet? Let me know in the comment section. Best bet today? I'll tell you what the best bet is today, if you can't think of one. How about Rays Giants? Rays Giants. How about fading the Giants today? How about this is the worst team right now versus right-handers. They're only hitting 184, dead last in the major league. Got no goddamn power to the plate. Hell, you're bringing more power to the plate. They're only bringing a slugging of 245. How about a weighted runs created of 48? These are god-awful numbers. The only thing they're doing decent at the plate is they're not striking out at 23.5%, but we know the Giants generally strike out a lot. They're facing a power pitcher, a big strikeout guy today in Glass now. They're going to struggle. Only hitting 184, slugging 245. I like Tyler Glass now to go over 17.5 outs at minus 108. How about he's gone over in 4 straight? How about his last 3? He's gone 7 innings pitched in each of those last 3 starts. So he ain't barely going over this. He's given this team significant length, going 7 innings in each of his last 3 starts. The Rays bullpen right now sits bottom 10 in major categories across. Your whip, your FIP, your ERA. We're talking bottom 10 across the board. What's going to be the big rush to get to that bullpen? There ain't going to be a big rush. And that bullpen was taxed pretty hard yesterday when Zach Eflin only went 3 innings pitched. So the bullpen could use a blow. They need some length today out of Glass now, and it's just a great matchup. He's giving them length. The Giants are full-on struggling right now versus right-handed pitching. Love everything about this matchup with the bullpen usage, the opponent, who he is in Glass now. I really like this. I almost gave out Giants F3 team total under 0.5 at plus 124. I think that's a great play, and you may see that a little bit later on today in a free roll. But I just went for, Glasnow really just continuing the dominance that he has. And again, you just pair that up with the worst hitting team right now versus right-handers. This should certainly be a game where he goes 6 strong, 6+. I'm expecting 6+. I mean, he's been going 7, so that's kind of where I'm at right there with that. So that's going to be your best bet today, fellas. Tyler Glasnow over 17.5 outs, minus 108. I think I saw that price was on the move. Let's get I know I gave that out on Bet Rivers. Let's get a current look at that price, fellas. See where we're at there. Again, if you guys got any comments, if you guys got any questions, we, of course, will do rapid fire at the end. And then, of course, we'll always cycle through and catch comments as well. So drop them on in there. I'm showing Tyler Glasnow now minus 125, which is actually funny because it's so funny. So the under is minus 105. The over is minus 125. When I gave the bet out, it was flipped. It was the under that was heavy juiced, and the over was, you know, the minus 105. It's completely flipped. Who the hell didn't think that the Glasnow was going to go over that? That's some weird one, but people are obviously seeing it the way I see it. Great opportunity for Glasnow. All right, we'll go ahead and back him. All right, 8th inning, we call it double play. I'd like to give you a parlay of the day. My parlay is going to involve the Rays money line. While the Rays bullpen may be struggling, the Giants bullpen is also struggling. So the Giants bullpen right now does not have an advantage. They're both struggling. They're both below average, and they're both bottom 10 in some categories across the board. So where you're going to get a big advantage, though, is offensively. This Rays team has a third best batting average at 297, slugging 500, with the weighted runs created at 138, and even with the better strikeout percentage at 20.8. So and then you're going to get a massive advantage today on the mound with Tyler Glasnow. So I like the Rays certainly on the money line. And I'm going to go ahead and parlay that with the Rangers team total over 4.5. Give me that Rangers team total over 4.5. They're taking on the left-hander today, where they have great numbers today versus left-handers, hitting 278, slugging 540. Weighted runs created of 134. And their OPS is 868. They've also got good numbers versus right-handers when we get into that bullpen. And this is what we like, the bottom 3 bullpen of the Angels. We've kind of talked about this a fair number of times this season. They remain bottom of the barrel. They're bottom 3 right now in everything. A 295 opponent's batting average, a 1.92 whip, a 5.4 ERA, and a 379 BABIP. It's all ugly coming out. They should hit Sandoval early with how well they hit left-handers. They're decent enough right now versus right-handers with a struggling bullpen of the Angels. Give me that Rangers team total over 4.5 runs. If you parlay that with the Rangers money line, that gets you to plus 224. Plus 224 for a Rangers team total and a Rays money line parlay. I'm going to go ahead and throw my bets up here on the screen. Get to that here in the closer. And then let's talk about every single game from a money line, run line, over under perspective. Only 3 MLB bets today, boys, but that Rangers team total is at minus 115. Like, that looks awfully damn tasty to add. A Giants F3 team total, that looks awfully tasty to add. Braves in some fashion. There's some good bets. If you want something more, you could certainly find yourself more than 3 bets today. But I'm just going to go ahead and roll with those and go 3-0 in baseball, and then pick up a little afternoon soccer winner today in the Premier League as well. All right, let me go ahead and jump on into the lines, give you my opinion on all these, and then let's catch any questions that may have come in there in the comment section. All right. Astros and Marlins, over under of 7.5. Astros minus 148, Marlins plus 124. Comfortable doing 148, but would rather have the run line at plus 120 for the Astros. And even like the over. Marlins cooled off certainly by left-handers, but boy, is Valdez. I mean, I think he's at like I think I saw it was a 2.43 ERA at home and a 4.55 on the road. And sure enough, like, look at his game log. Really struggling on the road for whatever reason. I like over 7.5 runs. Give me over 7.5. Pirates and Mets. I'm showing no total. I'm showing Pirates plus 114, Mets minus 135. That's because we don't have a starter there in the Pirates. So, don't know what they're doing. But how can you really, back the Mets these days? They traded all their good players. Bullpen sucks. Really not much to like about that. With no starter though, I didn't really handicap that game. Yankees and Braves, over under of 9. Yankees plus 180, Braves minus 218. I'll just go Braves on the run line at minus 105. They're going to hit Clark Schmidt and hit him hard, and hopefully Fried can limit the damage. And the Yankees, that sample size versus left-handers isn't quite real. If you do believe in that sample size, then you take over 9. But the Yankees bullpen is good. We know it. Obviously, I had a hiccup yesterday. Shit happens. But from a stats perspective and a numbers perspective, that's a good bullpen. One of the best in the league. Most of the season and currently in this stretch right now, still a really good bullpen. So I probably just back the Braves on the run line. Back the Braves on the run line. Athletics and Cardinals, over under of 9, plus 180 for the Athletics. Cardinals minus 218. For sure, Cardinals. Obviously, the way I'm playing, JP Sears, how good the Cardinals are versus left-handers. You've got an Athletics team that is below average right now versus right-handers. And remember, this is a team that also traded their better bullpen arms before the trade deadline. The Japanese player there that's hard to pronounce, Fuji something. He's no longer on that team, so they're good bullpen arms. And that guy threw 100 like damn near every time he stepped on the mound. That guy was bringing gas. That's not longer on the Athletics, so there's a reason why their bullpen has kind of regressed after it improved there for a little bit. It's struggling, and they got rid of their good arm. So Cardinals on the run line for me at even money. I like it. Angels and Rangers, over under of 8.5. Angels plus 145. Rangers minus 175. I would go Rangers run line. They're gonna hit early and often. Bottom 3 bullpen in the Angels. Now you say, what can the Angels do to maybe hit the over in this game of over 8.5? They got the 5th worst batting average, only hitting 223. They ain't got much power at 394 at the weighted runs created of 72. It's Rangers on the run line today. This is a day for favorites. That's why I struggled to find many long shots there for us in the 4th inning. But Scherzer on the mound versus Sandoval, yeah, I'm taking the Rangers today on the run line. Mariners, Royals with an over-under of 8.5. Mariners minus 148. Royals plus 124. Here's one where I like the over, and I like the over pretty easily. I may work this one into a free roll. You get the Royals team that has just remained really good versus right-handers. They even have the 2nd best batting average, have a top 10 weighted runs created versus right-handers. And the Mariners are just outside the top 10. Their batting average is 11th. Their weighted runs created is 13. Their slugging is 12. So this is almost a top 10 offense versus right-handers. You got Singer and Gilbert on the mound. This Royals bullpen is god-awful. We know the story behind them. I mean, hell, they've got an ERA of 6.15 and a 6.21 FIP. Give me the over 8.5, and who gives a shit who wins this game? It has looked like the Royals have cooled off. They won 8 in a row. They've certainly cooled off from a winning perspective, but for an offensive and contributing to overs, they're still very much a good, a team in terms of hitting the overs and stuff. So I like over 8.5 and Mariners Royals for sure. Diamondbacks Rockies, didn't handicap it a ton, but if we get Merrill Kelly, certainly want to back the Diamondbacks today. Orioles and Padres, over under of 8. Orioles plus 120. Padres minus 142 for sure. Give me the Orioles today. Or you can give me the over too with Grayson Rodriguez on the mound. Fine with that. And then Rays Giants. This Rays money line is only minus 135. Sign me up for that. Over under of 7.5. The Giants could maybe only score 1 or 2 runs today. It's gonna be pretty. Yeah. But I would just do Rays money line at minus 135. I would just do Rays money line minus 135. All right. Saw some questions come in. Let's turn off. I guess we can permanently turn off Hockey Squirrel's thing there. Where is he? There he goes. We've lost his forever. He's gone. All right. Let's get rid of mine. Let's throw these questions up here. Morning, Nick. Morning, man. Good morning, Nick. We've got Wolves, no goals, or Man United money line, and under 3.5 total goals scored. Obviously, I don't think Wolves are going to score. But I would say, don't cap the under 3.5 goals. Maybe Man United win to 0. Obviously, I would just, of those two, to answer your question, I would do Wolves not to score. Basically, at even money. Wolves not to score. They're not scoring a goal. They're not scoring. It's not happening. It's not happening. This is a Wolves team. I guess I will justify it a touch. I justified this last week, but I mean, they didn't score once versus Man United last season. They lost twice. They lost 2-0, 1-0. Time before that, it was 1-0, 1-0. They did get a goal in a 2-1 game. They lost 1-0. It was 0-0. They lost 1-0. It was 0-0. There's a reason I'm on both teams to score no. You can hear the recent head-to-head trend. Wolves aren't scoring, man. It's not happening. It's not happening. So, yeah, give me Wolves to not score a goal, Adrian. I think that's the better of the one, too. Man United's going to win the game. If you want to go, Man United win to 0, that's fine. You like Marcus Semien to not score a run. That'd make me a little nervous with the way they hit left-handers, and that bullpen is god-awful. Like, he's the leadoff hitter. He's going to have his ass on base. That would make me nervous, Tyler. I mean, you want to flirt with, I don't know how you would word that, but you're basically, you have enough confidence that like the Angels bullpen and say, they're hitting left-handers too good, and that bullpen is atrocious, man. I couldn't take their leadoff hitter to not have a run today. You better be getting that a lot of plus money. Any future bets in the MLB? Damn, we've lost all the value on the Orioles, unfortunately. Still think the Orioles don't have enough starting pitching to get them to win it all. Hard not liking the Braves, man. I know they won last year, so it's hard to also repeat. I don't know. I don't have any futures in the MLB. I haven't had the time and haven't had much of a desire to bet an MLB future, but yeah, I mean the NL's, Braves, Dodgers, one of those two teams, and they've got the starting pitching, they've got the offense, their both bullpens are good. Nobody in the NL Central, they're just like whoever earns a spot, not really going to compete. And then the AL, I just don't think the Orioles have the starting pitching to compete when you get into postseason baseball and you really need top end starters. Orioles just don't quite have that. I really thought there was an opportunity for them to maybe go trade for somebody at the deadline. I know they got Flaherty, but he's not going to move the needle enough. Rangers, they did. I mean, obviously they added Montgomery and Scherzer. They added Aroldis Chapman to go with Will Smith. Maybe like a Rangers-Braves, something like that. Maybe in the Super Bowl in the World Series, something like that. Maybe along those lines. But I haven't really dug into that. So, all right, boys, that's how we're rolling with today. We're going to go and do JP Sears under 5.5 Ks. Glasnow over 17.5 outs. That's your best bet of the day. And how about that Astros F5 team total at a good plus 130 price? And before all that happens, don't forget, take both teams to score no between Manchester United and Wolves to kick off a little afternoon there in the Premier League. All right, fellas. What about the Mariners? Been super hot lately. I think they just split that series with the Orioles, but I hear you. I like the over. I'm not interested in picking a winner because the Royals are really good offensively, but that bullpen is so bad. I would think the Mariners win the game because they certainly have Logan Gilbert advantage over Brady Singer. I don't know, what's that price? I don't remember it. I like the over way more, though. I like the over way more. It's minus 148 for the Mariners. Not terrible. I like the over 8.5 at plus money significantly more, though. And you're going to get all 9 innings because the Mariners are on the road, so you don't have to worry about them only hitting 8 innings. They're going to get a full 9 innings, and you want that. Remember, a 6.15 ERA and a 6.21 FIP? Those are bottom-of-the-barrel numbers when you're talking about this Royals bullpen. So I think it's an easy pull for the over. So yeah, Mariners win the game. Mariners will win it. All right, that's how I'm going to do it, fellas. Hopefully that wasn't that bad. I think there is going to be a drop-off in quality, unfortunately. It's hard to sit here and listen to one guy speak for 40 minutes, but we're happy for the Hockey Squirrel. He's moved on to something else. But we'll obviously miss him around here. So, all right, there we go, fellas. Come on back tomorrow, live at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Live at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. We'll preview Tuesday's day in the MLB. All right, fellas, feels good to be back with you guys. Let's put some money in our pocket. Come on back tomorrow. Have a good one.